David is my name. I was once in charge of the Kin crime family, which is reputed to be the biggest organization in the Kanto area. However, that was only recently. Now that my son has taken over as chairman, I'm relaxing and considering taking advantage of some of the experiences I've never had before. Visiting this primitive hot spring is one of those activities. Since I was the leader of the party, I had tended to stay at upscale places until now. However, as I've become older, I've learned to value the simplicity and serenity of a rural inn as a way to relax and release pent-up tension. Such a location is ideal, a rock-enclosed outdoor bath overlooking nothing but mountains. There are hardly any other visitors in this quiet inn, and the hallway creaks with every step I take. There's a vintage ping-pong table and even a vintage jukebox. I grab a bottle of iced body from an almost empty refrigerator after I finish my bath in the hot spring. After muttering to myself, "Nothing beats this after a hot bath," I settle into a massage chair that activates when I insert a coin. I return to my room after taking pleasure in the bath. I stop by the gift shop on the way, but it doesn't have anything interesting to offer. Well, this is pretty amazing, I believe. I don't notice anything else in this place. At that moment, I hear the innkeeper's voice. "Please, enough already. I bet you miss it. Hurry up, you are still operating a business here. Even if you claim that all we're doing is ensuring safety, you can still operate it securely. That agreement is advantageous to both parties, isn't it? But I really am unable to pay at this time." "What are you saying? This is a pleasant spot for you. You have no excuse not to pay." However, very few visitors come these days. Then do more advertising. Are you slacking off, or are you even advertising this place? "I wish I could, but I don't have the funds to do that." Hey, advertising doesn't cost money anymore. Make use of social media. Spread the word on your own. Many others will see it if you do it. No cash is needed. If you're not even making an effort, you can't complain about guests not turning up. Believe me, I'm trying. But this inn is crumbling in some areas. Then make it right. Isn't it merely an excuse to leave things broken and say you can't repair them? Repairs cost money, too. Look, you want visitors, don't you? Then concentrate on repairing the inn first. Why not advertise it as a quaint old establishment? No one would mind the shabby appearance. It would be the reason they came here. Yeah, I guess, but it's not exactly making money now. Yes, I understand that. I truly am unable to make any further payments, as I've stated. Hey now, I don't want to hear that. There is nothing more to it than our kind request that you pay the protection charge. Therefore, why attempt to shut it down with a simple, "I can't"? But there isn't any money. I assure you that it's simply not doable without guests, as I mentioned. Look, come on now. An elderly man is even looking through trinkets over there. I take it that he is a guest. Serving your current clientele is what you must do. Over time, that will attract more people. Is that old man here by himself? No, he isn't. What is the size of his group? It's a 3-person party, you see. Don't you have 3 guests? That will cover the protection price for this month. Don't act as though there aren't any visitors when, in fact, there are. Yes, but there is hardly any profit even with 3 guests. The protection charge is just too much for me to handle on top of everything else. Possible to pay regardless of what you claim. None of that matters to me. You're the only one managing this inn. I'm responsible for paying the chef, the doorman, and the maids. Not possible to pay, regardless of what you claim. That matters to me. It is your problem, not ours to solve. Enough already. Since the period of the previous owner, monthly payments have been required. However, it was the previous owner's agreement, not mine, and that was back when we had more visitors. I never consented to it. You think you're going to have to follow the previous owner's agreements even out here in the sticks. You've managed to stay in business because the Kin crime family has been watching over you. We've been protecting this place all these years. Now you're just going to ignore that. Please, I'm begging you, just leave me be. It's hard enough to keep this inn running as it is. Listen here, keep this up and you're going to regret it. You keep saying you can't pay. You can't pay. Maybe we should just smash up this place so you'll never be able to open again. What? We wouldn't mind. It's an old rundown inn anyway. We can destroy it any time. No, in that case, there wouldn't be any inns left, so you wouldn't have to pay protection fees anymore, right? Yeah, that's true. If that happens, you wouldn't have to pay any more. That might actually work out better for you, don't you think? You got it. We're serious here. I'll be back tomorrow, so have it ready by then. The men left the inn, but their words were clearly meant to intimidate. Once they were gone, the innkeeper sank to the ground, looking as if she might collapse at any moment. Ma'am, I spoke gently to the innkeeper, who seemed lost in despair. She looked at me with vacant eyes, but as soon as she realized I was a guest, she managed to smile. I'm so sorry you had to witness that. What's going on? Those men look like mobsters. Ah, yes, actually, they are. I heard something about a protection fee. Yes, they're demanding a monthly protection fee, but as you can see, we barely have any guests. With the protection fee to pay every month, it's impossible to make ends meet. Yet they've come again this month. Sounds like they're really pushing you. Yes, which is why I'm planning to close the inn at the end of this month. Really, is that so? Yes, you're our final guest. I thought we might close without anyone else visiting, but I'm grateful to have at least one guest for the inn's final days. I see. Yes, I've done everything I could, but it's reached its limit. The place is falling apart. I've polished every day, but there's only so much you can do without real repairs. Are you truly okay with closing the inn? Well, it's a little embarrassing to tell you, but my grandmother started this inn. She raised my mother alone with its income. My mother often said it was only because of this inn that she could raise me. Later, she married, but my father didn't like working, so they divorced. Then, once again, the inn supported my family. It's been passed down to me, the third generation. I've tried to keep it going, but with the protection fees rising, I simply can't keep up. So even though I don't want to close, I have no choice. The innkeeper looked at the inn, her gaze lingering. I see, so this inn has been the lifeline for 3 generations. Yes, so ideally I wouldn't want to close it, but I suppose I have to. I understand. I looked at the old man thoughtfully, then spoke up again. Mom, yes? If the protection fee were gone, would you continue running this inn? Yes, without the protection fee, we could manage even on a smaller scale. We still have some loyal guests. I see. Which group are those men with? The Kingston crime family. Got it. I'll take care of this for you. What? But look, I'm the chairman of the C crime family, the largest group in the Kanto region. There's nothing I can't handle. Oh, so you're with the mob? Sorry if I startled you. The 2 men with me are senior members of my group. One of my top men insisted on sending them along since I was visiting a hot spring. I thought I wouldn't need them, but it seems like they'll come in handy after all. So don't worry about it. I'll make sure your inn is safe. But I don't want to be a burden. It's no trouble. I have some free time on my hands. But even if you help, I can't offer any kind of reward. We're really struggling. You don't need to worry about that. Just an old man's whim. Besides, this inn carries the memories of the previous owners. I'd hate to see it shut down, and if nothing else, it will be a nice way to pass the time. Oh, things can't be expressed in words. Thank you so much. No need to thank me. I haven't even done anything yet. With that, I stepped away from the innkeeper and returned to my room. As I entered, my 2 senior members, noticing my return, greeted me with a bow and seated respectfully on the floor. Welcome back, Mr. Kane. Hey, did you 2 get to try the hot springs yet? No, not yet. I see. Well, before that, it looks like we have a little something interesting to take care of. Interesting? Yeah, a little helping hand. When I said that, the two of them exchanged puzzled looks. I explained what I had just witnessed to them. As expected from a senior member of the Kane group, he frowned upon hearing my words. That's unforgivable. Should we go pay them a visit? Charging in with just the three of us might not be wise. We don't know how many they have. We'll end up getting beaten ourselves if we're not careful. So call Owen and have him gather some men. Once they're here, we'll go and show them what's what. Understood. Eric, one of my senior members, immediately contacted Owen and relayed my orders. Owen agreed and promised to send reinforcements our way. The following day, I got a message from Owen saying that the members had gathered and were on their way over here. Thinking it was just a matter of waiting, I settled into a sofa in the first-floor lounge. But soon enough, the same men from yesterday barged in again. Hey, we're here to collect the protection money. The two mob men strutted in, their voices loud and overbearing. Mr. Kane, looks like it's dumb. Yeah, looks like they showed up a bit early. What should we do? Want to take them down now? Let's try talking first. If we get rough here, the staff might be scared. Good point. As they were talking, the innkeeper came over from the back. She looked as if she was completely troubled. The other staff had paused their work, watching anxiously. Well, lady, got the money ready, I hope. Well, the thing is... What do you mean, the thing is? Don't tell me you can't pay. Yes, as things stand, there's just no way to come up with that amount. If you can't pay, then use that body of yours to earn the money. One night's work would cover it, wouldn't it? Stop making excuses. With that, he knocked over a vase on the front desk. The beautifully arranged flowers tumbled to the floor, and he crushed them under his foot. Hey, take it easy. There's no need for rough stuff. What was that, sir? Didn't you know collecting protection money is illegal these days? Even in a quiet hot spring town like this, you can't escape the law. Who the hell are you, some cop or something? Nah, I'm not with the police. Puffed, like the mob cares about the law. Are you stupid? These days, you better know the law. If you want to avoid getting busted, just because you're a mobster doesn't mean you're above justice. Shut up. Don't go acting all high and mighty with us. You're just some guest here to soak in the hot springs. If you don't want to get hurt, sit down and stay quiet. Can't do that. I made a promise to this innkeeper yesterday. I don't know what kind of promise you made, but you'd be wise to stay out of our business. Business? Maybe it's you who should keep quiet and avoid any trouble. What was that, old man? Do you know who you're talking to? Doesn't matter who you are, just a couple of low-level thugs. Who are you calling low-level thugs? We're members of the Kingston crime family. We've got a bit of a reputation around here. If you mock us, you'll regret it. Seems to me you'll be the ones regretting it. If you need funds for your group, try making an honest living somewhere else. What we do and where we do it is none of your business, lady. If you're going to ask for help, maybe you should have chosen someone better than this old guy. Hate to disappoint, but while I may be old, I've got two young men here with me. Think you two can take them on, 2 on 2. We're not worried. You're truly a reckless bunch. Mr. Kane, should we take care of these guys? I don't care who he is. If he thinks he can take us down, he's got another thing coming. We've never lost a fight. Well, I'd rather not cause any trouble inside the inn if I can avoid it. Asterisk, I glanced briefly at the innkeeper. Her face was pale. If we started a brawl here, something in this inn she cared about would probably get destroyed, and I didn't want to see her hurt by that asterisk. Take it outside. What's wrong? What's wrong with here? If we fight here, something in the inn will get broken. Don't you get that? Who cares if this rundown inn stuff gets smashed? It'll be shut down soon anyway. And why is that? That's up to the innkeeper, but if she can't pay the protection fee, this place is done for. I see. You people really are rotten to the core, but I have no intention of letting this inn close. Like I care. Eric, take these fools outside and deal with them. Understood. Asterisk, my senior members stepped forward, grabbed the two thugs by their arms, and hauled them out the door. Asterisk. Hey, what the hell are you doing? You just heard the chairman, didn't you? He told us to take you out. Prepare yourselves. You went and crossed Mr. Kane, chairman of the C crime family. You'll see what that means soon enough. The Kane crime family? That's right. That man over there? There is Mr. Kane himself. You're lucky he isn't taking you on himself. He might have ended your lives if he did, but since it's just us, we'll spare you that much. Don't give me that crap. I don't care if you're the Kane crime family. We're the Kingston crime family, and here on our turf, things run our way, no matter who you are. Save it. In a fight, there's no turf. You're just flies buzzing around. All right, enough talk. Take them down quickly. We don't want a scene scaring away any guests. Yes, Mr. Kane. All right, then. Nothing personal. Asterisk with that, my senior members charged at the two men. The thugs tried to run, startled by the speed of their attack, but there was no escape. As they seized the men, fists flew, landing squarely on their faces. The men were pinned to the ground before they had a chance to fight back. A final blow. Asterisk. Idiots thinking they could stand up to us. With that kind of strength, they're like helpless babies. Asterisk. Just then Eric's phone rang. Asterisk. Mr. Kane, it's from our underboss. He says the reinforcements have arrived and are waiting outside the Kingston crime family office. Good. They got here faster than I expected. All right, take these two along as a little gift for the Kingston crime family. Yes, sir. Ma'am, do you have anything we can use to tie these guys up? They might start thrashing around otherwise. Oh, yes, I'll get something right away. Asterisk, the innkeeper rushed inside and returned with some rope. Asterisk. This is all I could find. They'll do just fine. It's just trash we're tying up after all. Asterisk, I handed the rope to my senior members, who bound the men and tossed them into the inn van. Asterisk. Don't worry, I'll settle things. Just wait for the good news. Thank you so much. Asterisk, with that, we started the van and headed for the Kingston crime family headquarters. Their office wasn't anything impressive, just a rundown building. From the steady traffic of men going in and out, it looked like they had a decent number of members. Asterisk. Hey, how many members does the Kingston crime family have? We're a big group around here. Got less than 50. Is that so? Less than 50, and that's a big group? Don't make me laugh. Hey, don't mock us. 50 is plenty. The Kane crime family has 500. 50 doesn't even begin to compare. Asterisk, I looked at all the cars parked around here. Asterisk, what's going on? Indeed, several cars and vans surrounded the building. Well, this should be enough. Asterisk, I said, stepping out of the car. The moment I appeared, my men spilled out from their cars, lining up. Every one of them stood at attention, bowing their heads toward me. Asterisk. Good work, everyone. What is this? These are my men, not even all of them, but I'm no fool. I didn't plan on taking on the Kingston crime family with just 3 guys. With this many of you, with a force like this, even if they have 50 members, the Kingston crime family should be manageable. All right, let's go pay Kingston's boss a visit. Leading the way, I headed to the 3rd floor office of the Kingston crime family. Behind me were 2 of their men, 2 senior members, and our senior member, who had just arrived with his crew. We were more than prepared if things got ugly. I rang the doorbell, waiting for someone inside to open it. Soon, a junior member opened the door. I strode in without removing my shoes, stopping in the center of the room before tossing the 2 tied-up thugs onto the floor. "What is this?" one of them asked, surprised. "A little gift?" "A gift? Who the hell are you?" Another barked. "I'm David, Chairman of the Kane crime family. Chairman of the Kane crime family? The boss himself, Mr. Kingston, couldn't hide his surprise at the sudden appearance of the Kane group, but we are the largest group in the region. Perhaps realizing it would be dangerous not to handle things calmly, Kingston motioned for me to take a seat on the sofa. But around us, Kingston's men were tense, ready to pounce at any moment. I don't mind sitting, but could you calm down your soldiers? It's hard to have a civil conversation with this kind of atmosphere. Ah, yes, of course, Kingston said. Hey, Aelot, sit down, and you bring some tea for the chairman. Upon hearing his words, the members, still exuding a tense and intimidating atmosphere, reluctantly took their seats. Is this better? Kingston asked. I nodded, taking a sip from the cheap tea they brought. So, can you tell me what's going on here? I fixed my gaze on Kingston, then glanced over at the two bound men, a smirk tugging at the corner of my mouth. So, it seems your men have been demanding outrageous protection fees, haven't they? What you see, I'm currently staying at a lovely inn run by a certain innkeeper. I stepped down, the head of my group, and decided to take it easy in the hot springs. It's a good inn, you know. Ever been there? Oh no, not really. I don't usually visit local hot springs. Yeah, it's like that when places are close by, isn't it? But you should give it a try sometime. It's quite comfortable. Maybe. Yeah, but of course, if you go, you'd better make sure you don't look like a mobster. Yes, naturally. It seems you understand, don't you? How much trouble it causes when mobs show up at a regular person's business. Yes, of course. If they know we're mob customers, they stay away. Exactly. So, if that's the case, why are your men going in and out of that inn looking like thugs? Oh, well, is it because you're in the middle of making money? Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. But you know, these days, demanding protection fees isn't exactly legal. That's true. Right. You know what I mean? Then, if the police catch wind of this, they'll start cracking down, and your men will end up in jail. So why are these guys demanding such ridiculous fees and resorting to threats on top of that? Well, we're having financial troubles ourselves. In that case, you should find other ways to raise money. You don't have to go hounding a struggling inn for cash. But protection fees have been a tradition for ages. Tradition? Do you think that poor inn on the brink of closing down can survive with fees like that? In the old days, men believed in keeping the weak alive but not thriving. But you're out here squeezing the life out of them. Your men's methods are downright abusive. Even if you say that, Mr. Kane, sure, your group is big, but I'd appreciate it if you'd stayed out of our business. Oh, is that so? We're not under your organization, nor are we allied. This is our way of doing things. I'd rather you didn't interfere. So, what you're saying is that I'll have to make you understand by force. What you're telling me is you won't understand unless I convince you. Is that it? No, look, I didn't come here to start a fight. I came here to talk. If you keep doing things like this, there won't be any honest folks left to run these inns. Even in a hot springs area, if no one's willing to operate an inn, you won't be getting anything out of it either, will you? Well, that's true. True. Then it'd be better to resolve this peacefully, wouldn't it? I understand your point, but those protection fees are an essential part of our group's income. I can't just give that up. You're really making this difficult. I said I don't want to fight, but you're not making it easy to avoid. Look, every place has its own way of doing things, just like you have your way over there. No sooner had he said it than Kingston stood up, looking ready to charge at me. At that moment, the other members also began throwing punches all at once. But just then, the two tied-up men on the floor struggled to warn him. No, boss, there are tons of the Kane crime family men outside. If we start something, we'll be crushed. Boss, please stop. Hearing that voice, Kingston moved closer to the window and looked outside. What caught his eye was a fleet of cars and members of the Kane group. No way. Why are so many of the Kane crime family here? Don't underestimate the Kane crime family. With a single word from me, I can gather this many men. Everyone, stop. Stop right now. If you don't want this group to be destroyed, stand down. Asterisk Kingston's men froze, lowering their fists at his comment. Asterisk. I don't think we really need a group like yours. It might be better to just wipe it out. No, please. If this group is destroyed, it's not just me. All my men will be left on the streets. Please, don't take down my group. The fierce resolve Mr. Kingston had shown earlier had completely vanished. He sank to the floor in desperation. Seeing their leader bow in defeat, all the Kingston crime family members followed suit, dropping to their knees in apology. Well, if the boss bows, the men follow, I observed. Looks like your guys are loyal to you, Mr. Kingston. Yes, they're good men, he admitted. Please, anything but destroying the group. You think I can just let this go because you ask nicely? Maybe not, but from now on, we won't collect any more protection fees. We'll figure out other ways. Just please, spare the group. Mr. Kingston bit his lip, looking anguished as he lowered his head further in apology. All right, if you're promising to put an end to this for good, then I'll hold off on destroying your group. But that doesn't mean we're done here. You've extorted quite a bit from that inn over time, haven't you? We don't even know how much we've collected over the years. Is that so? I suppose it's hard to keep track of, isn't it? Yes, exactly. So, if we agree not to collect any more from them, fine, we'll overlook what you've taken so far, but you'll still owe a penalty fee. A penalty fee? He asked nervously. That's right, about $1 million should cover it. $1 million, but we don't have that kind of money. There isn't enough in our reserves. Then take out a loan, I suggested with a grin. Conveniently, I've got our loan specialist here. Perfect timing, wouldn't you say? Loan. Yes, we'll loan you $1 million, and you can pay it back that way. Understood. I'll have these two pay it back, Kingston muttered, glaring at the two men who had caused the mess. What? Boss, we can't handle a $1 million debt, they protested. Shut up. You're the ones who caused this mess. You'll take out the loan and pay it off. Good. Get Sean over here and have him draw up the paperwork, I ordered. Eric took out his phone and called Sean, who came running over from outside. I instructed him to lend each man $500,000. You two will each get $500,000, but you'll be working it off on a crab fishing boat. Nothing to it, just a bit cold out there. You'll get used to it soon enough. Just make sure you don't fall overboard, all right? Nobody's coming to save you if you do. Boss, stop. Stop crying. This is for the sake of the group, so go out there and work hard. Once the two men were taken away, I gathered my senior members, and we headed back to the inn. Oh, thank you so much. Sorry if we caused you any worry, I told the innkeeper. Taking the $500,000 from Sean, I handed it over to her. This here is the penalty fee I wrung out of Mr. Kingston. Use it to rebuild this inn. It might not cover everything you've paid over the years, but it's a start, and you won't have to worry about the Kingston crime family coming back. If by some slim chance they ever do, you call me right away. Understand, I've decided to keep an eye on this place myself. As long as I'm around, I won't let anything like this happen to you again. Oh, thank you. I don't even know how to express my gratitude. No need for thanks, but in return, let my men enjoy the hot springs. They came all the way from Kanto, after all, and I'd like them to try the food here, too. But so many of them. She hesitated. Don't worry, I'll cover all the costs. Don't go giving us discounts, either. I'm the chairman of the Kane crime family. I can handle it. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything, even for your men. They're like family to me. All right, Listen up, you lot. I addressed my men. No acting tough or causing trouble. Don't do anything to bother the innkeeper. We're staying just one night, and then tomorrow we're out of here. The members were overjoyed, thinking they'd get to soak in the hot springs. The staff, too, hurriedly began preparing the rooms, eager to host us. A couple of months later, I received an invitation from the inn. It was from the newly renovated establishment, with a heartfelt note from the innkeeper, filled with words of gratitude.